This recording is for authorized internal review only. Unauthorized access will result in immediate containment procedures.
How do you tend to make your decisions in your everyday life? Do you find yourself led by logic, instinct, or even your emotions?
I make decisions, I guess I like to be surrounded by people who maybe know more about the topic or have great ideas and bring that spark to a decision, and we can make it together. I think, any decision made in a group of energized, enthusiastic people is generally always the best decision. Yeah. But if I'm on my own and I don't have those people around me, I guess I'll look at the facts, look at what's happening, and then generally probably do the opposite based on how I'm feeling at that time. Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. My body just moves sometimes before I can even think. This got me in some shit. I guess that would be instinct.
When something strange happens, I guess I generally try to see the first logical reason why it would happen. You gotta stay on top of things, stay focused. Not a lot of strange happens in my life, though, so I can't really tell you how I'd react.
I'd love to say instinct or logic, but it's definitely emotion.
Good evening. Welcome to... Why did I start the horror streams always on such a positive note? You are very welcome to the latest episode of March for Midnight, our Monster of the Week campaign here at GA Dungeon. This is episode 6, Blasphemous Rumours. That's just for you Depeche Mode fans. My name is Declan, and I am the archivist for this campaign. And I am joined by a wonderful cast of officially, maybe possibly after tonight's session, hunters. We might actually start playing the system.
Almost hunters.
But a big hello to Kiva, Dahi, Eilish, and Emma. We're going to dive into tonight's session pretty quickly. Eilish is going to be giving us a recap as Annie. And we are doing a different thing with our recaps. So rather than rolling to determine who's recapping the session or just picking blindly, we will be following sort of a rota. So tonight it'll be Eilish as Annie. Then in 2 weeks' time it'll be Dahi as Norman. Then it is Kiva as... Nope, it was Emma, then Kiva. Yeah, it was like EDEC. That's how I was going to remember it. And there's probably a better way of remembering that, but that's the way I went with it. When a player is going to recap, they can just do a, hey, look, this is going to be, I'm going to give you just kind of a quick rundown. or they can put a twist on it, and they can roll a d4, and that will give them a narrative prompt. So they write it from their perspective, they write it from another player's perspective where that player was more prominent in it, and so on and so forth. In doing that, if they take the twist, they'll gain a perk for that session, and only that session. It doesn't continue into any others. After that, I'm going to tell you a little bit about some of our friends. I do want to mention, because I keep forgetting to mention it more, but I do want to very, very quickly mention our upcoming event with Hexes and Vexes. D8 Dungeon Drive is back again this year, dating my hex, and we are going to be running a 51-hour TTRPG marathon. And that's such a weird number, I know, but it's
51.
Yeah, it's 48 hours of games back to back, and on the Friday night we're actually running the semi-finals and finals of the D8 Dungeon Mania tournament. It all starts on the Friday. That brings us into Hexes and Vexes taking the start of the stream. And there are 16 games running over 2 days with DMs all over the world and players all over the world. Applications are still open, but tables are almost full. Some of them are going to be going on the reserve list as of tomorrow. So if you haven't applied, I would strongly encourage you to do that kind of in the next couple of hours. And then the DMs are going to get their list of tables, players at the tables tomorrow. But there's still time because I need a distraction tomorrow. So I'll just do that. I'll just reorganize things to suit that. Okay, before I hand you over to Eilish to do our recap, want to very quickly mention some friends of D8 Dungeon, and that is the gang over at Mystery Dice Goblin, who are purveyors and merchants of all things TTRPG related. And I have been partial to the odd one of these. They're mystery dice bags. So if you are like, I have a full collection, I don't need any more dice. Well, you need mystery dice. You need. Why am I selling this like it's like drugs?
Try it,
because it is.
If you use the code D8 at the checkout, you will get a 15% discount off your order, and we get a portion of that sale. We use that money then to upgrade our equipment, to pay artists for character art or art for our various shows, and even musicians for music and so on and so forth. Goes towards our licensing for sound effects, music gear on streams, all that kind of stuff. So you buying dice helps business in the UK and helps us here at D8 Dungeon keep the lights on our productions somewhat. And again, I am still waiting for what I assume now must be some sort of like gargantuan sleigh.
We told you.
It's in the post.
Just taking a while.
Just like
Just in the post.
I'm starting to suspect it's a lie.
Have you checked your mailbox?
I check that mailbox every day because I have nothing else to do during the summer.
Wait, did we send it to the P.O. box?
Oh my god, I think I sent it to your old address.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
See, what I appreciate the most is Emma being quiet and silent and not want to be complicit in the lying.
It was her idea.
Okay.
Emma signed all the papers. She just wants to be quiet.
Yeah. Mastermind reading.
Oh my god, Emma's the Kaiser Soze.
Would you be surprised?
Just walking out with a limp within, oh, I'm totally fine. Okay, that's enough from me. Eilish, do you want to take us through our recap of Hallowed Be Thy Name?
Yeah. So I rolled a 2 on our twist dice.
And that 2 is actually they were the hero.
So I don't actually remember how we got to the weird dank cave because somebody sedated me. And I woke up in a jail cell with Dumb and Dumber over here who tried to open the door with a minecart. That didn't work. Obviously, alerted the guards. They came, took us out. There was a bunch of people chanting. I think it was Latin. I don't take Latin, so I don't know what they were saying. It was creepy as hell. There was a bunch of the other campers tied to stones in a circle. I think there was like 12 of us all together. Honestly, I was a little distracted to count. There was a book that originally I thought was leather bound on a weird makeshift altar. And you know what? I don't even want to talk about what it was actually made of because it was gross. Also, that professor, I can't even remember his name, but he referred to our guest lecturer as the High Priestess. So I guess this has been in the works for a while. And essentially, they decided to sacrifice that annoying PhD, Vanessa. Sorry, Emily. I can't even remember.
No, there was Vanessa.
And she, that was fine, started the whole ritual, but then Morgan, well, I guess she was kind of the hero because, you know, the rest of us were all chained to stones and she decided to... Actually, how did she shove him from all the way across the room? Anyway, Professor ended up in this weird wormhole thing. A scary voice from some demon shouted unclean, and I think she fucked the entire ritual, which is great for us, but also not so great because a bunch of people died, and I think some things escaped from that portal. So we're gonna need to hunt them down.
Awesome. You can take a perk forward for this session, so you can either take a +1 to your first roll, so you can add a +1 to your first roll, or you can add a minor world detail, so to a description of something that if I'm describing something for another player, you can go, and actually I spot this as well, so you can add something to it. Or you can take a hold going forward, which means during the session you can ask me a question if you had as if you had been investigating, but without the need to investigate.
I'm gonna take the hold.
Okay, perfect. Let's begin tonight. So it's you can, as the van that the four of you find yourselves squashed into slips off the highway. The night sky is illuminated overhead by just occasional bursts of that bright yellow fluorescent hum from lights just seem to hang overhead. You can hear the sound of the engine rolling. You can hear every groan and squeak of machinery and metal and spring in this van. It is old, it is rattling, and it feels like the road that you're on now is trying to shake it apart. The radio crackles and hisses, almost quiet enough in the background. Any attempt to sort of adjust the dial has only been met with just kind of louder static and piercing sort of white noise. The silence is one thing. The silence is one thing that seems to just press in on you. But that's only part of the trouble in the van. The air conditioning hasn't worked the entire time. It sputtered out a blast of hot, dusty heat when flicked on, followed by the smell of what it smelled a little bit like wood chippings and something vaguely organic at one point. The heat is stifling, and even with the windows rolled down, there's no escaping from it. It is the dead of July. The sky overhead is black. It's dark, it's night, it should be cold, but this heat is oppressive. Nobody is saying anything. As Norman guides the van off the highway and down this slip road, it feels like you've been driving for days, for hours. And then you hear a choking sound coming from the engine. The van sort of rattles, coughing, sputtering as a torrent of smoke just sort of vomits up out from under the hood and over, and the van fills with it, and it's that acrid smell of burning rubber. And you can hear something rattling and flapping under the hood. And the van rolls to a stop. In the distance, you can just make out, about half a mile down the road, a sign for a gas and gulp. And the four of you set off. The van laid to rest, pushed off the side of the road. Each of you finds your minds wandering, remembering, reflecting on what has brought you this far. How did it get to this point? And without saying anything, each of you finds yourself reflecting on that night in Evelyn Rook's cabin in the middle of Lake Pineview Wood, on the edge of the lake itself. The old woman's lifeless corpse. And we flash back 3 months to that moment. What are the four of you doing?
The moment Evelyn had passed away.
I think Morgan's gonna kneel down beside her and just hold her hand. And she'll be trying to not be a noisy prayer, like she's trying to hold it in a little bit. And she'll just be saying, thank you for saying this.
When you take her hand, Morgan, like, it's not your first brush with death. Like, you know, you've been to funerals, you've seen people pass before, but when you touch her, you feel just this flicker of electricity, like a shock, just kind of course through you, as if like that sort of that buzz of a static sort of like, you know, that sort of electricity. But it wasn't painful. It was vaguely familiar to you. And it seems to, like, you feel the hair up along your hands and down, like, on the back of your neck almost kind of stand.
Are we sure she's dead?
What do you mean? Of course she's...
And she's checking her wrists now for a pulse.
You don't find any.
Yeah, no, she is.
Are you okay?
No, are any of us?
Yeah, Max is not taking it while he's punching out some of these dead walls, these fucking shitty ass shack walls.
Can you not do that? We need this place for shelter.
It's also
barely shelter.
It's a little disrespectful.
Priorities.
Right. Gonna go outside and punch a tree instead, I guess.
Yeah, you go
I
out
think-
there.
I think when you do go outside, you find Norman, who is like surveying the area a little bit. He's trying to find like, how do we get back to camp? How do we get back to a car? How, like, he's already like a couple of steps ahead. He's not really talking to anyone, I don't think. He's just silently like planning out like, okay, how do we get out of here? How do we get back to reality? How do we get back to like whatever this, like, how do we get away from here, basically? Yeah.
Yeah, Mac's gonna, when he sees him, he's just gonna be like, she's gone, man.
I assumed.
I just thought we could bring her back. She was creepy, man, but it's not her fault.
I know. Well, look, a life out here is not much of a life, I guess. I feel bad for her, and is Morgan? Is she okay?
I think so. She kind of was like, she thought she wasn't dead. I don't know. She's in there hugging her or whatever.
Okay. Well,
she's the one that talked to her the most. I guess it's just I'm not good with this kind of stuff.
neither am I. We should plan to get out of here pretty soon. If police are around and they find 4 young people snooping around a caved-in mine, they might get the wrong idea, and a dead woman at that. I know we're a little out of the way for that kind of thing, but I feel like a cave-in and a mine is going to be heard by some locals, probably.
Well, yeah, it's like half the camp is gone. All of them?
Yeah. This is going to be very difficult to explain when we get back to the university.
I think we just gotta make a plan.
On it.
In that moment, all of you just hear the baying of a dog, like just a low, sad, howling sound just coming from the edge of the lake.
What time of day is it? Is it still night?
It's night, yeah.
Okay.
It's kind of close. It's closer to dawn than it is midnight.
And I guess we now have a dog, or one of us does.
What?
I guess.
What was the dog's name again? I know Morgan would definitely remember, but Emma doesn't.
You didn't.
Okay.
It didn't come up at all.
I heard the dog.
Yes, you did. All of you heard it. Yeah.
She's gonna, without even talking to the others, being like, we have to help her dog. We have to, like, and she's running towards wherever the dog's bark is.
I guess we're following her. She's running off into the night. We're like, we can't let that happen again.
No, let's stick together, Morgan, but we'll come with you.
Okay, hurry up.
Annie, what are you
Norman's
doing?
with her.
She'll follow. She's not getting left on her own in a spooky shack.
It's a dead woman.
Well, she's not.
That was
She's
like
fine
stab.
with dead people.
It's the living you gotta watch out for. With kind of Morgan kind of running to where the sound of the dog kind of howling, crying coming from, Annie, Max, and Norman kind of giving chase. You find the dog, and it's a large basset hound, just sort of set at the edge of the lake, about maybe about 60, 70 feet away from the cabin, just there on the stones and the muck, set, howling up into. You don't know if it's the moon is sort of hanging low, and you can just see the cusp of dawn, that shift in the colors in the sky, changing, and he's just howling up into the air.
Just sad, man. What's happening? Think you'll come with us?
I'll try. Morgan will slowly try approach him, kind of hold a hand out for him to sniff, make sure he knows it's safe.
So there's a couple of like alternative moves in the it's like a weirdness thing that you can do. I think this might be kind of empathy. So do you want to give me a roll plus your 2d6 plus your weird, Morgan?
Sure. So 6 plus 1, 7 total.
Okay, nice. It's quite strange. Again, you do feel sort of the dog in its own way is crying. Like you recognize kind of that lamenting low howl. And as you sort of reach out, he turns back and you see his eyes are a little droopy. He sniffs you and your hand, and then he just presses his head into the palm of yours, and like he kind of moves into you a little bit.
Okay. Yeah, I'll comfort him a bit. I'm not going to use my doggy voice on the string, but yeah, I'll say it's okay, boy. You come with me. We'll be fine.
You see that there is sort of a rope around his neck, like just kind of like a makeshift collar, and it's very much sort of, it's probably rope that Evelyn must have found that it had washed up on the shore, and there's all kind of manner of like little. She's kind of made like a little charm bracelet out of it. There's like little things, kind of like little bottle caps and stuff, all kind of hanging from it. But around his chest, you do see that there is like a scrap of little metal, and you see that the name Vigil has been just sort of scratched into the.
Okay. Let's go, Vigil. Let's go.
And he kind of follows, kind of dragging his feet and his tail behind him.
Everyone, this is Vigil.
Hey, sorry. And Norman just like pets him, I think.
This was
he was kind of.
This is Evelyn's dog, so he's also in mourning at the moment. So please be kind.
Of course.
We just have a dog now.
Yeah. Do you have a problem with that, Max?
Oh my god, for this.
No, just like I guess
To be
we're
honest.
freaking Mystery Inc. now.
To be honest, it's not the weirdest thing that's happened today.
Yeah. I was wanting a dog. Just didn't think I'd be getting a dead woman's sad dog.
That needs to get clipped. I wanted a dog. It's not a dead woman's sad. How very specific of that.
How very specific.
I'll take any dog, just not that.
No, he'll still take the dog. So we're here. We got no way to. We don't like. I guess we're going back and finding some way to get home.
Well, a lot of the people that took us came to an untimely end, and a few of them probably had vehicles. So
Yeah. So when we go back to camp, we'll find something to get us out of here.
Do we know how to get to camp from here?
vaguely, I think if we wait a little bit for some morning light, we might be able to find our way pretty easy. Use the lake as a guide.
And how are we going to bring everyone's body back as well?
I think like we could bury her maybe.
That might be best.
I don't know. I'm in two minds about this because, you know, the woods had trapped her. You know, she felt like she had a purpose to do something here, but I always felt like she probably wants to escape as well. So
I just don't like the idea of driving across the country with an old woman's dead body in a van or vehicle and being stopped and asked about it.
Yeah, I think that's like probably a bad idea.
I don't
If you
mean to
don't-
be coarse, but
Could we bring her to the town? Like, I'm sure there's an Undertaker's there.
I don't know if you can kind of drop people off at the Undertaker. Like old clothes.
Norman's gonna have a look around and see in Evelyn's house if he can find like a shovel or something.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
that he and Max can maybe start giving this lady a little send off. Just to kind of buy us some time so we can wait for a little bit of morning light to head back to the camp by.
Yeah.
Poor Declan
If we
was
don't-
like, is this going to be a Little Miss Sunshine episode rather than
Yeah, I was just thinking about that.
everything he wanted to get done?
It's like, okay, this is the horror game. Anyway, Little Miss Sunshine time.
Yeah. I mean, that was a weird.
Sorry,
weird.
off track. Yeah, okay.
So-
is there
No,
So who's looking for the shovel? Okay.
Me.
And then what's everybody else doing?
I think I'll help out if it's a roll. I'll help out looking for shovels and digging grave.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to try find Vigil some water.
Okay. Annie?
I'm gonna read the book Evelyn gave me.
Okay. I'm not going to ask anybody to roll because even though those are like things that we can do with this much, looking for stuff, that you do find like a shovel, like just tucked in a corner against the house, and with Max helping the pair of you dig a small grave for Evelyn Rook, and you are able to get Vigil some water. He has wandered back into the cabin, and he is kind of sitting down next to Evelyn, like just sort of like his head is on her lap, sort of thing. And as you bring him water and stuff like that, he takes a drink. He's just kind of guarding her almost. Annie, give me a give me an investigative mystery.
Ooh, 9 plus. What's investigating mystery? No,
It's just 9.
just 9.
Okay. You open the book, and then immediately words just start to form on the page.
She reads them.
It's just, hi, Annie. Are you okay?
She kind of scrambles in her bag for a pen. Wait, do I need to write in it? Or
You
can I
just-
just talk to it?
Again, as that thought comes to your mind, and you kind of start to look, you see words form on the page. You just have to think it.
That's kind of invasive, but okay. What is this?
I've known you a long time. I know that doesn't make this feel any less weird or creepy. I know that, and I know you've no reason to trust me. And again, the words appear as if, I mean, you can almost hear his voice in your head.
Who are you?
I'm a friend. I'm here to help you. There are people coming, Annie.
Now?
Yes.
She kind of looks up from the book and sees everybody kind of busying themselves and is like, we can't stay here tonight. It's not
yes,
safe.
we're gonna wait till morning light. Where's this coming from?
With your investigative mystery, you can ask one question.
Me?
Yeah.
How do I get them to leave?
So you're asking the book, how do I get my friends to leave?
Yeah.
You can't. They won't do anything that's planned. They're on a
Welcome
little
to
Miss
being a
Sunshine
DM.
gig. Just let it play out. They'll tire themselves out after about 40 minutes, and then you can railroad the rest of the campaign.
Oh dear.
I fear Declan has been waiting for a question like that. That was just pent up. That was built up.
You asked. So your question to the book is, how do I get my friends to leave?
Yeah.
They're coming to take you.
Me.
All of you. You think you're safe, but don't trust them. Don't tell them about what really happened. They won't believe you. Lie. And then the word lie repeats itself 13 times.
She's gonna kind of close the book with her, with her finger in it to kind of keep her spot. And she's gonna just look at them and be like, look, Evelyn gave me this book for a reason. We can't stay here. People are looking for us.
Good, we need to get out of here.
No, not people we can trust. We're on our own now. And we're in this together. As much as I hate to admit it,
I'm sorry.
we can
Annie,
only
but
trust each other.
I have a little hard time believing. How do you know this?
Yeah.
Where are you getting your information? I'm confused. I'm with you. I'm all ready to leave.
She'll like show them the book. It's all in here. You gotta trust me.
Okay.
Can I see the book?
I know it sounds weird, but considering everything we've witnessed tonight, can we not?
Okay. Let's find our way. Let's get out of here. Let's go.
Have we buried Evelyn? Like, have we?
Yeah.
Have we had time to do so to bury Evelyn?
So I think in this moment it might be if you were all coming in and you like Annie's talking to everybody. I think it's in that the grave is ready to lower Evelyn.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, are they coming here? Like right now? Can we?
We gotta be quick.
Okay.
I think we still owe it to this room, regardless.
All right. Let's get this done. I guess.
If possible, could I roll to act under pressure here so that we can kind of get this done and get our way back to camp to kind of without too much of a hitch.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
Because I feel like this is an act under pressure situation.
You can take a +1 going forward only because Mac's helping out.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
That makes sense. It's plus cool, which I think Norman has 0 of. Yippee!
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's not bad. With a +1, that's 9.
Okay.
Sick.
So, okay, in this moment, as you go to, Norman, as you go to pick up Evelyn, and she is a small wisp of a little old lady. Vigil kind of, it's like a low growl, as if he's still trying to protect her, and you were able to kind of scoop her up, and as you bring her outside, you move her towards the little grave, just sort of closer, we'll say, to the lake, where the ground was a little softer, and in that, you have all of you here the wailing of sirens.
Ooh.
And there is in the distance, you can see through the trees, you can see flashing red and blue lights.
Listen to me. If anyone asks what happened here, we have to lie.
But we have to be on the same page. We can't
So what
have-
happened?
What happened, guys?
Okay, here's what I now need. All great.
No!
This
You
is.
said we were role playing out.
Oh, we are, but we're. So, I would like all of you to roll act under pressure, please.
Oh.
And for Norman, in haste to this, because you are trying to bury like Evelyn and deal with all this, in this moment, Max, Morgan, and Annie are concocting some sort of shared story as to what happened. I am going to ask you to roll your act under pressure at disadvantage.
Oh, fuck you.
Because you rolled a 9.
Yeah.
You do what you want to do,
This
but
is my worst outcome.
Here's your worst outcome. Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Oh, well, you're going to love this. So I rolled an 11 or a 2.
Take that 2.
I rolled a fucking 2.
Oh god.
Well, wait, you know what? Can I? No, do you know what? I'm just going to take it. It's funny.
Do it for the plot.
Do it for the plot.
Listen, if it makes you feel any better, I rolled an 11 plus 1.
That does make me feel better.
Maybe I can salvage something.
Okay.
Mine is at 9.
Mine's a 7.
Okay.
Hey.
All successes
Brainstorming
on
in
your
here.
parts, at least.
Okay. So, here is what I'm going to do. I'm going to take control of this scene for a minute or two. And I'm going to bring you through kind of a bit of a narrative. At the end of that narrative, Emma, I think you have the ability to, as a producer for the stream, deafen players so they can't hear what we're talking about. So based on your rolls of 12, 9, and 7, and because Annie, you got a 12, I will not. It's going to be really difficult to turn off Emma's. So Emma, when I tell you to turn off yours, I'm just going to give you this, okay?
Yeah.
So when Annie starts, and we're going to start with Annie telling kind of her account of it. I will then turn off Kiva and your mic, your ability to listen to the stream. And then we're going to go to Kiva, and Kiva, I'm just going to do this just for that. And then that's for Emma, for you to come in. So just you'll be adding what you think you can add to the story.
All right.
So you're going to get some details,
Yeah.
but you're not going to get all of them. And then Dahi, because you rolled like a 2, you are going to hear none of the story. Now, I trust you to not listen to the stream. I trust you to not.
I have the stream open, but it's muted, and I'm not looking at subtitles. Don't worry.
It never occurred to me to listen to the stream. Just now.
So I trust y'all.
I'll actually turn off the stream because I'll read the captions.
This is just for a little flavor and a little fun.
I'm
so fun.
deafening myself, Dahi, and Eilish for now, yeah?
No, you don't have to deafen Eilish. You'll be deafening yourself, Kiva, and Dahi. But it will be the second Annie starts, you're going to deafen Dahi, and then I'll give you this as a symbol, and that's when you'll deafen yourself and Kiva.
Okay.
And then when I do this, it'll be kind of, you can turn Kiva's back on, because that's Kiva's cue then to come in and tell us what Max recalled. And then I'll do this for when I need you to come in, and then we'll just at the end of that then I'll give you, it'll be kind of just a thing of you'll hear your cue, because it'll just be kind of when naturally, Emma, when yours finishes, we're going to go to Norman. Okay?
Okay, perfect.
As the forest floods with red and blue light and that piercing sound of sirens just screeches through a brightening sky, Annie, you grab the group and you start spinning a story as to what actually happened. But over your shoulder, Norman has dropped to his knees and carefully and respectfully lowered the body of Evelyn Rook into the... I don't know what I'm missing, but okay.
I'm ready.
Into the grave. Vigil is by your side, just sort of letting out a low whimpering. As you say what equates to a prayer to a man like Norman, whether it's just something like a piece of poetry, whether it's a prayer to a higher power, whether it's just a thank you to this stranger who in one of your darkest moments came to your rescue. There is a moment where Annie, Max, and Morgan, you find yourselves just dazzled by torchlight as several police officers come barreling through the woods towards you. You just hear one of them call out, "We found him, Sheriff! We got him! They look okay!" And the four of you are surrounded by police officers. With them are a couple of ambulance drivers and medics carrying first aid kits. And a police officer kind of pulls you away, Norman, from the grave side of Evelyn. And a few moments after, as you're all kind of pushed into different little areas and medics are giving you all kind of a once over, the torch shine into your eyes, you are gently sort of prodded and poked for any bruising and damaging. People are asking your names, people are asking where everybody else is, what happened. Through the woods, a figure sort of emerges, tall, broad, and all of you feel his presence. A lot of the officers, a lot of the medical attendants kind of turn to look, just that kind of glance over their shoulder, a few nod, as Sheriff Hallen, a late 40s African American gentleman. He has the look of like Lawrence Fishburne, just as a frame of reference. That tall, wide features, sort of steps through, and he's wearing a long, heavy raincoat. He kind of surveys, looks around. You find him catch each of your eye for a moment. They look all right. Are we good to... And he kind of points to one of the medical attendants. Maybe we can bring him back to the station for a full checkup. We can have a chat. I have a full search and rescue team out here looking for the others. Is that? And he kind of moves toward the grave. Jesus Christ. Vigil starts growling. We cut to the sheriff's station just outside the town. You have been offered blankets, something hot to drink, some food, Again, you've all kind of got the once over. Aside from a few cuts and bruises, there's no real damage. And Annie, you find yourself sitting in a... it's an interrogation. It is... You see the two-way mirror. It's just two chairs, a table. It's incredibly sterile. The light overhead is actually painful. Even if you're not looking at it directly, it is that overbearing fluorescent lighting, and you can hear it buzzing, not humming, buzzing. It has the sound of like a fly, almost, that irritating, boring itself into your ear as the door opens and the sheriff steps through. He's carrying two little styrofoam cups of water, and he puts them across the table. And he takes a seat opposite you. Could I get your full name, miss, for the record?
Annie is kind of sobbing. Not sobbing gently, but like, you know when you're kind of in the aftermath of crying where your eyes are still really like puffy and you're very sniffly and stuff. So she's kind of like choked up a bit, so she takes some water and then she says, "It's Annie Belly."
Is that short for anything?
Antoinette.
You're a student at Blackwood University, Miss Belly, correct?
Yeah, that's right.
And there's a small little tape recorder sitting on the table, but he has a notepad in front of him, and you just a tiny pencil, and he's scratching some notes. Miss Belly, can you tell me what happened?
It's all kind of a bit of a blur, to be honest. I remember we had something to drink that morning. I don't know what it was, but then we went out on our expedition. Everybody got their own foraging pack, and I don't know what happened. I guess we got lost or turned around, started hearing things.
Had you been drinking much on the field trip?
No. It was the morning. She said it was hot cocoa.
Could you? Who's this she?
The guest lecturer. I don't remember her name. I'm sorry. She's not. I didn't take her course.
I think you might be referring to Professor Cassim.
Yeah, that's right.
And what exactly were you on the expedition for? And at this point, Emma, you can deafen yourself and Kiva if you have not already done so, if that's okay. I think if she's swiveling on the chair, she probably has already deafened. Great. I'm going to take that as we've been deafened. Yes. So what were you researching that morning?
She had given us these packs for markings at the old miners' trail. May I? And she takes his. She gestures to take his pencil, and draws like a random symbol on the page, like this.
Give me an act under pressure.
Ooh. 8 plus 1, 9.
Okay. It's crude, but it kind of does mirror a little bit of like what you had been looking at. And what exactly brought you to the caves? Like, what happened with the cave in?
The cave in?
the prospector's mine has collapsed. We assume that's where the others are lost.
We didn't go into the cave.
So you don't know.
We just thought people were looking for us because we got lost.
And again, I'm just going to do this just so. Yep. Max, could you tell me, in your own words, what were you doing that morning?
What? Last morning? Yesterday morning?
Yesterday morning.
I was looking for my girlfriend.
This is, forgive me, Emily. I don't seem to have her last name in front of me.
Yes.
But
Emily.
also on the field trip.
Yeah.
Was she... Did you two have an argument? Was there a fight?
No. I hadn't seen her since the day before. I was getting worried. I was looking for her.
I see. And what do you know about the cave-in? Is there a reason you and the others weren't there?
I had asked them to help me look for him.
Okay.
So we weren't doing, like, I know there's things we're supposed to do during that day, but I think I was just looking for him all day.
Okay. Can you give me an act under pressure roll, please?
Yeah, I keep going to just click something and I got dice right here. There we go. That's with cool, is it?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's just 8.
He fixes a look on you a little. Like he stares just a little longer. I see. And what exactly happened to the woman in the woods? I'm sorry, that's kind of what we've always known her as. Evelyn Rook, the woman that you and your friends were burying. How did she pass?
She was kind of like call her woman in the woods because she's like known around here for being kind of crazy.
We've had numerous calls about Evelyn in the past, yes, but how did you come upon her?
Well, I was looking in the woods for M, and she kind of like, I don't want to say attacked me, but she kind of did. But you know, she's a little old lady.
And you fought
back? No,
back?
I didn't know because I just ran away. But then we went back again, and you know, I think it was Morgan kind of had a connection with her, and she tried to help us, but she wasn't very well, man. She just kind of laid down and didn't get up again.
And Max, Emily is still missing. Do you think she might be with the others in the cave-in?
I hope not, but yeah, like, where else would she be? Like, she must have just gone with them, or like, if you haven't found her and we didn't find her, that must be the. She hasn't found her.
He just, as you're talking, he is writing things down. Emma. Morgan, you've been incredibly helpful so far. A lot of a lot of details, and he just kind of he rolls his wrists a little. Like, I just want to circle back to some details here. What exactly happened to Evelyn Rook?
Sure. Could I actually get a glass of water first?
Oh, of course. And he looks to kind of the window.
She'll wave at the window.
Give me a read a bad situation.
Total 6 plus 1, 7.
There's a moment. I don't even know why I asked you for a roll. I'm just going to do this anyway. Screw it. I'll tell you what. I shouldn't have asked you for a roll because you didn't really need to do one there. But I'm going to let you use it as if you had done it. So you have a hold. So at any point in this interrogation, you can flip it with a question of your own. Okay.
Yeah.
So fair enough. You see kind of the sheriff kind of turn and just kind of give like he kind of just kind of points to something. When you kind of follow to wave, you do, and you see Sheriff Callum's reflection in the mirror, and you see yours, but it's still staring at Detective Callum. And then a second later, it turns, and it raises its hand up, completely out of time.
That's a very interesting mirror.
Oh, you've probably seen it in movies. There's a deputy behind the mirror just monitoring. They'll get you a cup of water. Are you okay to proceed until that arrives?
Yes. Yeah, I am. I am a little in shock with everything that happened. So, please forgive me if I'm not as coherent as I would like to be.
You've been incredibly coherent up to this point. So again, my question, Morgan, what exactly happened to Evelyn Rook?
So, just to avoid me repeating myself, can you just let me know what I've told you so far? My memory's a little foggy with everything that's going on.
Are you using your bad situation, you absolute fucking shyster?
I'm actually more trying to use my charm, my manipulate someone.
I mean, people know if it was my best way, and I'm not even going to make you manipulate it because it's that thing of like he's already flipping back through the notebook, kind of what he's written down. You've told him, like you've given him kind of some of the details. You remember, like there's a point where all of what like the original sort of like we were out that morning, we were on an expedition thing. You kind of flubbed your way through what that was. Max was a little out of sorts because he and Emily, he hadn't seen her for a day or so, and you thought there might be a bit of drama going on between it or something was happening, but you didn't really want to pry, but you did want to know if your friend was okay, and you're kind of friends with both of them, and you're not really sure who you're more friends with, but I guess it's probably Max now. There's a lot of that, between it. Then there was talking about a meeting in the woods, and you saw Evelyn, and you felt like you had a rapport with her.
Yeah, that's essentially what happened. She was extremely helpful with helping us find our friends.
So Evelyn
a lovely lady, yeah,
was helping you look for Emily?
Yes, yeah.
But again though, my question, how did Evelyn Rook die?
Old age, stroke. There was a lot going on. There was a lot of pressure. People were frantic. I can't honestly pinpoint the exact moment when it happened, but it was honestly, truly devastating. I can't tell you how kind and helpful she was, and how her manner in just being with people, it was just so enigmatic. I mean, I'm so sorry that honestly that you never got to meet her, because I feel like you particularly would have really liked her. So yes, and like I said, when it happened, the devastation, and with Vigil as well. Is he okay? Actually, are you guys looking after him?
The dog is currently with the is in the pound.
That's fine. Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! No, that's not going to do at all. Can we do something about that? Like, can we?
I'm gonna need you to focus for me here, Miss Berry. There's
I find it very hard to focus when I know that dog's in the pound.
I can, and then the door opens, and in like a deputy, a woman about your own age, wearing a kind of a crisp police uniform, comes in, and she puts down kind of a jug of kind of water and kind of styrofoam cups.
Thank you so much, lovely.
She leans in to the sheriff, and she says something, and then she moves back. Miss Berry, I can talk to one of the deputies about the dog, and we can let you know. But
such a big relief. Thank you so much, and thank you. And she looks into the mirror again.
We don't know. We haven't yet. We found somebody.
Evelyn?
No. There has been a cave-in the old prospectors' mines. Now, your friend, Miss Bell-Lee, said that you weren't near the caves when it collapsed, and that seems to add up to what Max had been saying so far, that you had gone looking for Emily. Now, I'm still trying to figure out exactly what happened to Evelyn Rook, but is there a particular reason you weren't at the cave?
Because we were looking for Emily.
Okay. Why don't you just head out, get yourself a little something to eat. I talked to one of my deputies outside about the dog if you need to.
That's yeah, perfect. That's all that's really my biggest concern right now.
And we swap.
Well, I undeafen.
Yeah. So
I can hear again. I'm back. That was not scary at all.
Norman, I want you to talk me through the events of that morning. Let's start yesterday morning.
I'm gonna assume. Sorry, I've been very out. I'm in this interrogation room.
Yeah, we've gone one to the other.
Okay, cool. The events of yesterday morning?
Yes, yeah.
Well, I awoke to my campmate unconscious from probably alcohol poisoning. And we went about our day doing various activities for the university.
I'm curious, was there a lot of alcohol being consumed on the field trip?
It was a lakeside full of 20-something-year-old students. Yes.
Okay. Do you think there's a particular reason Miss Bell-Lee didn't acknowledge that?
Probably because it's pretty normal for kids her age. It's probably something she took for granted. Look, it's a college getaway. Students are going to bring alcohol. Now, was it a frat party? No, but people were consuming alcohol.
No, I hope it's not coming across as accusatory, Mr. Mann. I'm simply trying to paint a picture of
course.
the events. Now, what particular activities were you undertaking yesterday?
The one I remember most was we were looking for markings around the mining industry of the local area.
So you'd been to Prospector's Mine?
We'd been around it, as far as I know, though we were instructed not to venture too far in.
Oh. And Norman, you find yourself in a sort of 4x4 sterile interrogation room. There's a two-way mirror, a fluorescent light kind of buzzing overhead, a little tape recorder whirring, and
Officer, if you will,
it's
are
Sheriff.
me and my Sure. Are we being detained?
Not at all. You aren't in handcuffs.
Okay. Just checking.
We're simply trying to piece together the events of what happened.
Of course.
There's quite a few people missing. The four of you seem to be the only ones we've been able to locate, and when we did, we found you in particular, standing over the body of Evelyn Rook. Now, all I'm trying to do at this point is to ascertain exactly what took place. So, you had been conducting some research into markings around Lake Pineview. Okay, I've got this. At what point then yesterday did you all break off from the research and start searching for Emily?
It was nightfall, but not. It was nightfall. It was, I want to say, maybe 8 p.m. I'm not sure though. Time is like he taps his watch. It's like broken. It's like nobody really was keeping too much track of the time because they were so worried about those missing kids.
Oh, when did you encounter Evelyn?
Evelyn? That portion of the night is a little bit hazy for me, Chief. Or Sheriff, rather. Sheriff, if you will, I would like to request a tox screen. I was pretty heavily drugged just before.
I see. And how much of it had you imbibed?
A full cup of cocoa laced with something. I'm sure some of the students thought it would be cool to make the PhD students loosen up a little bit, but one or two people I think were pretty heavily affected.
So there were narcotics as well as alcohol at this.
Your guess is as good as mine. A talk screen would tell you all about it.
He looks to the mirror, and he just kind of gives kind of like he can hold kind of two fingers like that. And how are you feeling now? Like, are you
emotionally a little all over the place. Physically, okay.
And is that your first time?
Sheriff, I did grow up in the 70s, so let's say no.
What about the cave-in at the Prospector's Mine? Our best guess right now is there was a trip into the mines, and that's probably where some of your colleagues and fellow students are trapped.
That's what I assumed too.
Why weren't you all involved in that?
I mean, we were still looking for Emily in the woods because that's where we thought she was.
And what about Evelyn? How did she come to pass?
She lives in the woods. We found her, she was not in a good way. The woman had probably been living out there for, I don't know, quite some time.
She lived out there for about 25 years.
I'm just shocked that she made it this far.
Pretty shocked at her passing. She was a sturdy old being for such a tiny little creature.
Clearly.
I really appreciate your time, Norman. You're helping fill in some of the blanks.
Could I be a little cheeky?
Mm-hmm.
So I have an ability called Trust Me.
Mm-hmm.
I know we're not like full hunters, but when I tell a normal person the truth in order to protect them, I can get them to do something I want them to do. Is that something we will allow if I give him a little kernel of truth?
Try it.
Okay. I think Norman just says, look, I wouldn't take what I'm talking about pretty straight up. I was kind of out of it because of what was given to me, and I have a little fear that some of the faculty were involved. That's as much as I'll give you. That's as much as I can give you, because it's as much as I can drum up. I really think you should run a talk screen on me, just to make sure that what I'm telling you is trustworthy.
He fixes a look on you. And there's a moment, Norman, as the two of you sort of stare at each other, and he sort of lets your word, what you've said, sink in. He nods at you. He gets up. And two things happen at this moment. Door opens and an ambulance technician comes in with a syringe to take your blood. And as Sheriff Callum stands up, you see sort of he had taken the coat off earlier on, like that heavy raincoat, and he'd taken off his sheriff's coat. As he turns, the fabric of his shirt strains a little. And just at the top of his shoulder, curl of his neck, you can just make out the Roman numerals for 13.
To be honest with this, I was kind of angling for information, or like to give myself my thoughts behind this were either hopefully I can give myself a little bit of pass for having no interaction with the rest of my group, or I could get something out of this guy, and I think I got a little bit something out of him here.
He kind of just gives you a nod. Jen here can take your bloods, Norman, and then when you head out, just grab a bite to eat. I think we've got a good measure of it. As this scene kind of draws to an end, and the four of you kind of you're not in a, she's not holding you in a cell. It's sort of like a waiting area. You're down the hall away from the kind of the main open pool of the sheriff's the police department, the HQ, kind of away from prying eyes. There is the occasional officer, deputy kind of passing through, and all of you kind of are set there. People kind of giving you the odd stare, kind of giving you the odd eye as they drift around you. In this blur of time, as it feels like hours are passing, all of you can just hear the ticking of a clock. And as you look around the room and out into the hallway, You don't see one anywhere. But it is loud. It is mechanical. And it is persistent. But there is something wrong with the seconds. A deputy passes and you can hear the crackle of a radio. And you just hear somebody on the other end say, "She's alive. She's not responsive. I think she's that British woman." And we'll take a break there.
You.
All right.
Good job, all of you. Really, really good job on that.
That was
Good job.
And we're back. If you are just joining us, we left Max, Norman, Morgan, and Annie in the sheriff's station just outside the town of Lake Pineview, each having met with Sheriff Callum, who tried to paint a picture as to what had happened and where our remaining faculty and students from Blackwood University could have disappeared to. In the following hours, friends, family, loved ones, members of the press, as well as Blackwood University delegates have arrived on scene to offer comfort, to take you home, and you are released. None of you were detained, none of you were under arrest, but you are sort of let go to be with your family, to be taken home. Over the next couple of weeks, each of you is contacted by Blackwood University. You are encouraged to return to campus for the remainder of the second semester. And those of you who would have been undertaking end of year exams, final year projects, readying for a presentation of PhD findings, whatever it may have been, you have been given compassionate consideration and either extensions on those projects or a grade summary taking into account the events. And speaking of the events, you have found yourself under the eye not only of Sheriff Callum and his deputies over the last couple of weeks, again getting back in touch with you with questions, but also the press. Prospector's mine cave-in, Lake Pineview strikes again, disaster at Prospector's Hill. The headlines had been churned for weeks. The five alive, all these sorts of stories spinning out of control as the media machine tries to fill the gaps in the stories. And occasionally you find ex-boyfriends or girlfriends, former friends, people on campus giving statements, speaking about you, speaking about your character, speaking about what they believe happened. Because as much as the media is spinning, the rumor mill is fast on its heels. And there's lots of stories as to what happened. Everything from satanic rituals to underground tremors, volcanic activity that caused the cave-in, psychotropic drugs that caused somebody to play with abandoned dynamite. All of these things kind of just take a life of their own on. When you all return to Blackwood University, you find that they're outside that student building at that large fountain. There has a memorial, a vigil for the 8 students and faculty members who died in the cave-in. Dr. Berkowitz, Vanessa Fitzgerald, Stephen Landler, Dr. Frank S. Mathis, Emily, Cal, Eric, Alexander, Vanessa, Romina, Mike, Chris. Pictures, flowers, little notes, all sort of dotted around the fountain and kind of illuminated at night by candles. All of you find yourself sort of drowning in sympathy, but pressed for answers. the commiserations are usually followed by some sort of line of questioning and what really happened, and are you doing okay, and like where were you? All like everything is met with suspicion. Everything is scrutinized, and that's what life has been like these last few weeks, as you try to return to normal, whatever that may be. Norman, what are you doing at this moment?
So I think where we find Norman is probably where you wouldn't expect him, or what I think the copious amounts of questioning and all of the pressure of the sympathy and like the attention that he's been getting from this is kind of too much for him. I think we find Norman in awaiting a meeting with his supervisor for his PhD to apply for his deferral. The last place he wants to be right now is in this university. And I think he has no idea what he wants right now. I think he was already like growing weary of academia in general, or just like of the environment, and he doesn't know if that's what he's having a crisis. The man's having a midlife crisis after all of this. I say midlife, it's like, yeah, he's only like 40, so like, but he's having a bit of a crisis, I think, and he hates the attention. The attention is driving him away from here. He hates that working in the library is full of not just him having to do his job, but him having to like avoid the glare of sympathetic eyes and avoid the questions after questions of what happened and what really happened. It's the last thing he wants, I think.
And as you kind of sit there dwelling on your thoughts, the door opens. Like it's a small, thin, paisley green door with sort of that bubbly bar glass, that kind of like obfuscates beyond, and a short, snipey looking woman just sort of pops her head out, and her eyes are sort of magnified by these big glasses on her face. She's in her late 50s, early 60s. Her hair is pulled back into a very, very tiny little bun. She's wearing a kind of a mauve turtleneck and a long kind of heavy coat over that. And it's Dr. Minnow, Dr. Beatrice Minnow. Norman, I will be with you in just a moment. It's the dean. And she said, and she kind of like, she shuts the door. You can hear kind of, she's on the phone, there's a bit of jargon. And something catches your eye. It's strange. It's the glass. As you're sitting there, your eyes kind of look up, and you can see her name. Like it's there. It's kind of like it's been, painted on the glass, and it's that sort of gold, like kind of muted gold color with kind of a black outline, and you see Dr. Minnow, and as you follow along it, you see the little kind of plaque outside it, like again where her little post box is. Room number 13.
I think that just pisses him off.
Tick, 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 tick. And it just starts to echo down the hallway.
I think he's just pissed off, to be honest. He's like, this thing needs to stop fucking following him. Like this whole situation. I think he's very much in the flight stage of fight or flight, i.e. deferring his education, trying to run away. I don't think he knows what to, I think he just waits. I think he's going to keep an eye, like, he's scared of what's
Norman?
happening.
Norman, you can come in now.
Oh, thank God. He heads in with his letter of deferral, and he just puts it on her desk. Doctor, I regret to inform you that I will be taking some time away from my education.
Why?
The events of Lake Pineview have created a sense of drama in my life that I cannot focus on my studies with. Perhaps deferral is the correct option, but I will also be coming to you about transfer in the next semester. I don't think I can study here any longer.
This is an awful lot, Norman. They say in times of great stress that you shouldn't be making rash decisions. And you have all of your research and a faculty that is behind you here, 110%. Though that would have annoyed Dr. Mathis. There's no such thing as 110%.
Outside of above the table, is Kasim still on campus?
You have not seen her.
I've not seen her. Okay, that's fine. I understand, Doctor, but also in times of great stress, sometimes it's best to just look after yourself.
Oh no, of course it is, and I am here to support that. And she reaches a hand out, and she kind of gently kind of taps you. This is the 80s. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
She just sort of like, and she's not. There's no just slapping your hand, just kind of affirming it.
Yeah. I have all intentions of coming back and completing my research. It's just right now there's too much attention on me. Too many people are asking me too many questions at work, too many questions in the lab. I can't focus.
No, I understand, and I take it this is your letter of your request for a deferral.
I just need your signature.
Consider the matter done. Consider it dealt with. Now, I won't be listening or entertaining any thoughts of a leaving Blackwood University, a transfer. Not yet. Not until you've taken the right amount of time to recuperate. But I'll remind you, Norman, that under extreme pressure, coal turns to diamond, and that wonderful brain of yours, who knows what this pressure could create, what could transfigure out from it.
I appreciate that, Doctor. I do. I at least need to take the semester to consider.
I understand. Of course I do.
I'll keep you in the loop. I will liaise with you about my return, and I will return. Just I need this to die down a little bit first.
While you're recovering and letting this all blow like the rags of the tabloid that it is in the wind, I understand, of course. Might I, and she kind of gets up and she kind of moves to a shelf, a little light reading. And you see she takes out kind of 2 or 3 manuscripts, like they're all in little manila folders, and a book, and she just sort of like hands them to you to keep yourself occupied.
Thank you, Doctor.
Of course. Thanks, Glowpigsta, for the 14 raiders. Welcome along, folks. We are playing Monster of the Week, and I am slowly terrifying people. Also, if horror is not your shtick, this might not be the stream. So just as a heads up, We're doing spoopy stuff. Yeah, she hands
Spooky stuff like college.
Yeah,
the
super
most
scary.
terrifying thing.
The farina course. Ooh.
Astronomical
Ooh.
fees that the government really should be covering.
Ooh.
Yeah, she hands you these books.
He takes them. I think he then just kind of like, thanks her for her time, and he heads out. He will have a look at what she's just given him. He's very curious.
Again, it's the first one is, again, it's a bound manuscript. Microorganisms found in the Pacific Ocean. A detailed analysis of 70 meters below the surface. Dr. Hazel Choi. It's all kind of research material.
Okay.
And as you are flicking through, and kind of like going through it, sandwiched between the books that have been kind of bound for research papers, and then like the odd kind of like actual academic journal, there's a comic book. It looks old. Like, it looks like it's from the 50s. It's slightly faded. Kronos. Devourer of Time.
Strange. I think he will disregard it for the time being, but I think as he goes about his day, he can't stop thinking about it. His mind keeps coming back to it, like, why would she give him this? This must have been a mistake. And I think before he settles down for bed that evening, he definitely reads it. Like, he definitely pops it open and has a little scan through.
Again, it's incredibly faded. Like, it's like, this is well read. It's been kind of slightly sun damaged, and the edges of it are frayed. But there is penmanship. Like, you see somebody has kind of written things, and it's old. It looks like the notes and stuff that are in the ledgers and stuff all kind of seem slightly off or off color. But as you are kind of moving through, give me an investigate a mystery just to see.
I was gonna ask again. I love being cheeky, but this was one that I did get to use the last time. Can I oops here?
Yes, remind me what oops is.
So oops is one of my character abilities that says, if you want to stumble across something important, tell the keeper. You will find something important and useful, although not necessarily related to your immediate problems. And I think he's absent-mindedly reading the comic while also going to and from the notes, and I would like to oops.
Okay.
If I may.
It's strange. As you were kind of moving through, again, you like the writing, it looks like scribbles. It looks like someone was doodling. It looks like someone was drawing.
Mm-hmm.
But as you're flicking through it, this seems to be like a kind of an annual, like a kind of a collection of different sort of short graphic stories, all to do with kind of time. Some are more science fiction, some are horror based. But you stumble onto the story of Kronos, the Devourer of Time, and it's this tale of this intergalactic being that came from beyond the stars and ate the hours, the minutes, and the seconds. But as you turn the page, and it's that thing of like there's something stuck, it feels like these two pages are like maybe they got wet and now they're stuck together. You manage to pry it apart, but it's that thing of where you do so, most of the pages have sort of ripped, except for a bottom panel. And as you stare at it, you see a man that looks incredibly like you, standing between to shelves, like in a supermarket. And there's a creature leering over him wearing a park ranger's uniform, arms slightly too long for his body, and a face that looks like it's slipping. And there is blood coming from the other man. There's a spray of blood and a sound, just like the word, the onomatopoeic word, just sort of scrawled in blood red across the panel.
He
Annie.
closes it.
What have you been doing? You're muted, sorry.
I think she's been hiding in her nook in the library, communing with the book. I don't know what's the right verb. Chatting.
It hasn't responded.
Motherfucker. At all since we left the woods.
No. At home, when you came back to campus, the book.
Am I right?
Sorry, the pages have been empty.
So if that's the case, I think she would have spent maybe a few hours every day trying to, like, make notes in it to see if it would respond, like trying different things to get it to respond. And then if there is an occult section in the library, she would have been kind of maybe doing research there on like haunted books or I don't even know, supernatural kind of stuff.
Give me investigate a mystery.
Sharp. I got no sharp, so that's a 6.
Again, it's that thing of there are dozens of books like on kind of the supernatural, the occult, and it spans sort of the anthropological, sociological, psychological, scientific, paranormal. Like you're pulling things out and you're just kind of flicking through it, and it's one of those things where you find yourself lost in thought when you sort of bump into someone.
Sorry.
Oh, no apologies necessary, Miss Belly. It's my apologies. I was standing in your way.
Do I know this person?
You recognize the voice of Josiah Crow. You don't want to be lingering too long in this section, Miss Belly. Darkness has a way of following, creeping, tainting.
Is that why you're here?
I'm here to ward wayward souls back towards his light.
Whose light would that be exactly?
Why, the one almighty.
Mm-hmm.
Frightful shame what happened up in the mountains. I'm very sorry for your loss and for your troubles.
I didn't lose anything.
Didn't you lose your friends?
I don't have any friends.
Nevertheless, you are in my prayers.
Well, I appreciate it, but I do feel like there are other people who deserve them more than me.
That may be so. That may be so, Miss Belly, but we are all, each one of us, a sinner.
She kind of pauses at that. Even you?
I am man. I am but flesh, and I have no temptation. He has given me.
She kind of is a bit creeped out by that. Did you want something, or are you just hovering around looking for
I'm-
lost sheep?
Simply trying to steer folk back on the path. And you might not have lost any friends up on those mountains. Any. But I can tell you've lost your way.
Oh yeah, how's that?
There's a darkness about you, girl.
Why?
And it is cold. And it's eating you up.
I think I'm gonna leave now. The library's closing soon.
There's the door. And he kind of steps out of your way.
She'll like put as much space between them as she can when she passes them.
He grabs your wrist.
She flinches.
And he's holding. There's only one book. The true book. The gospel.
Okay.
I will be the 13th disciple.
Now she's like physically trying to wrench herself out of his grip.
I'm praying for you. And he lets go. We're all praying for you. And your friends.
She'll like kind of look over her shoulder to make sure he's not following her as she hightails it out of there.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
He's
Hates
just
it.
He's just staring at you. And he takes a kind of a cross out and he just kind of gives it a kiss.
I don't like it. Yeah, she's gonna head back to her room.
As you do, you head back towards the dorm. You find... Also, sorry, I'm just going to do a quick above table thing. He's a massive fucking creep. Are you okay?
Oh, yeah. I've dealt with worse. No, I'm just kidding.
Cyborg Cinders, I can fix him.
No, he's a creepy old man.
Keep up, please. Keep
We
up,
didn't
please.
actually establish how old he is.
He's
fix him.
in his late 20s, early 30s.
But is he handsome?
Yeah. In that, what's the actor from Sinners that plays the Irish dude?
Oh, what's his name? Jack O'Connell.
Jack O'Connell.
Num 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 num.
No, bad.
I take it back.
Eating religious trauma. Love it.
Oh, stop. I got enough of that in real life. Anyway.
I do love that Declan and I had the exact same reaction of with the water spray bottle. Like, was like, no, bad, get down, get down.
I have one at the side purely for Eilish and occasionally for Amber every now and again. Yeah, chat's doing the same thing as well. Spray bottle.
Spray bottle. Thank you,
Just
Joel.
saw that.
For real.
That also needs to get clipped. You're heading back to the dorm, and you feel everybody looking at you. Like people are kind of turning, and you can hear people whispering. As you make your way into through the double doors and kind of up the halls, as a what's the term for the room warden? What's the
RA?
RA, yeah. As the RA, you as you round the corner, kind of to your suite of rooms, you hear people like, I think something's coming, and there's just the sound of something rattling, and people running towards you, and it is kind of a small stampede. as like a flurry of men and women, young men and women, kind of barrel into you, and you are knocked to the ground. Your book kind of spilling out from your bag, and again, you just see the words, "I'm sorry. I've tried. Please tell me you're all right."
Tried? Where have you been?
When you left, the connection was temporarily severed. I've been trying to reach you. I won't leave you again.
Her eyes will kind of well up then, and she'll be like, "Everything is fucked, and we don't know what to do."
There's just... You can almost feel the pages breathing, as if they're trying to find the right words. It's going to get tougher. But you, Antoinette Bell-Lee, are a warrior queen.
She'll perk up a bit at that.
Plus, he's not that as hot as I am.
Yes!
Don't get mad at me, she's love the book over here.
You stand up, you pick up the book, and as you round the corner, you see what's happened. Somebody has defaced Morgan Berry's room door. Murderer, written in red paint.
Is Morgan there? Is the paint still wet?
It's dripping down the wall.
Yeah, she'll take her like cardigan off and try and smudge it so that it's not as legible.
As you kind of and you try to start to smudge it, the paint seems to be seeping through the door and through the wall. It's not just a trickle and a dribble and a drip. This is now, it's like somebody hacked into flesh, and the wall seems to be bleeding, and your hands are covered in blood. Max.
Like it smells like blood.
It smells like blood. Max, what are you doing? Where have you been since you've returned to Blackwood University?
I think Max is spending a lot of time at the monument, the memorial.
Mm-hmm.
That he brings like some flowers there every. Get access to Emily's room. Oh, sorry. It froze there. Is it okay?
Half a second, but I picked it up. Yeah. You.
Okay.
A couple of people are like, people come up and put a hand on your shoulder, or people are kind of bowing their heads in prayer, kind of giving you kind of a moment's silence, but you can hear people whispering.
I guess I just kind of ignore, like, sometimes if they get sort of loud or rowdy, I look at them, but like I just come here every day because I've been told basically my classes are, I don't have to go to I don't know why they want me back here really. But I just, he's feeling really lost, and he's kind of waiting. He knows that like Norm has to sort of sort out whatever's going on with him and the faculty and stuff, and like he's kind of just waiting for this year to end, or for something to happen, or for news. Like he is reading the news and stuff, but he just is like, he's in this kind of really restless stage where he's just pacing around campus. He doesn't have anywhere to go, he feels like,
On
It's just
on
lost.
this occasion, when you find yourself at the memorial, and kind of late in the evening, somebody kind of approaches, and you can kind of hear them, kind of call out, Max Brooks.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm Daniel Smythe. I'm with Channel 7 News. Max, I'm really sorry for your loss. And
Yeah.
I guess, how are you coping with the death of Emily Rhodes and your classmates?
How do you think I'm coping? What kind of answer are you looking for that I haven't given every other one of you fuckers already?
Max, if I could just ask you to mind your language. I understand you're upset, but we are live.
Alright. Come on, I'm not really in the mood to
I
be asked
understand.
about my dead girlfriends. My dead fucking friends.
Could you tell us at least what happened? There's a lot of questions, Max. People deserve answers.
We've given answers. We don't have any other story for you.
A source has told my editor that Miss Berry was believed to have brought some kind of psychotropics with her on the trip. Can you tell us if there's any truth? Is there any merit in that, Max? Was there drugs involved?
No. What are you talking about? Morgan Berry. You met her.
We've tried to reach out to Miss Berry, but she has not answered any of our requests for comment. Maybe you could speak on her behalf.
It's because she's smarter than me. Talking to you. Morgan's like straight A goody two shoes. She doesn't drink drugs. What are you talking about?
Our research has kind of pointed some information into Morgan's past, and some of her family's proclivities. I know this is probably very upsetting for you, Max, and very overwhelming. I don't want to invade your privacy any further, but if you could do anything differently, do you think you might have apologized to Emily, maybe tried to find her a little faster?
What do you mean apologize? Who have you been talking to?
A source has told us that you and Emily's relationship was not exactly stable before the trip, and I can imagine what you're feeling, but would you do anything differently?
Does this guy have a camera?
There's a cameraman behind him, yeah, and then there's a light kind of on you, and he's holding kind of a microphone.
Who's your source, man?
I'm not at liberty to say, Max.
He's gonna start just walking towards the reporter, just getting up in his space, who is telling you this shit for you to come here and start accusing me and my friend that survived this fucking worst thing I've ever experienced in my entire life, probably the worst thing I'll ever experience.
Max, I understand that you are upset there, but the public just want to know what happened at Lake Pineview. You survived. Norman survived. Morgan and Antoinette survived. Professor Kasim is in a coma. We don't understand, and people just want to find out what happened. We want you to tell us the truth.
I've told you the truth. Get out of my face.
Then why didn't you save Emily?
I'm punching him. I'm punching him.
Give me kick some ass.
Yeah, baby. Look, I'm like, oh, don't do that. It's a silly thing to do. Yeah, like, yeah, let's do stupid shit. Okay, kick some ass is with 12. Yeah, I know. Oh my, I think is it plus tough, right? So that's plus 2. My iPad
Kick
just
some ass is
died.
roll 2 dice, your 2d6 plus tough.
Yeah, so that is 9 plus 2, 11.
11. So you're just decking him and like kind
I
of
kind
pushing
of
him
want
out.
to try. I don't know if I want to punch him or like deck the like. I want to smash the camera or something, you know.
Well, on a 10 plus, you can deck him and then you can force them where you want, which is you could punch him and shove him back into the cameraman.
I kind of want to. Yeah, I want to try and like damage their equipment and like knock him into the guy.
Look at just for the record, look, your namesake is in chat. Well, your dead girlfriend's namesake is in chat. My dead girlfriend's namesake is in chat.
Baby.
You just with that question, you just see red, and you feel your body react. It's almost, Max, as if you have stepped outside of yourself, and you can see this happening. You can see this unfolding as you just left hook the reporter right into the jaw. He's actually sent flying off his feet, and he stumbles back into the cameraman. The pair of them topple over. And when they do, like a lot of the kind of cabling and stuff like that snags. The feed cuts out with them kind of spilling back and just this look of anger on your face. Some of the memorial is damaged in this as people kind of spill out around. Those that have been kind of onlooking on, like, and watching are all kind of staring at you. And everything goes dark. It's just, you can hear your breathing. You can feel the kind of the sting in your knuckles. Max?
Oh fuck.
Where are you?
I don't know. Where are you? Where is this?
I'm so cold.
Tell me where you are. I'll come get you.
It's so dark.
I know. I'm sorry.
Max, why didn't you save me?
I'm sorry,
And you sit bolt right up in bed.
Oh.
And you can feel something in your left hand.
What is it?
It is the $15 locket you gave Emily on Valentine's Day. She never took it off.
Oh my god.
Morgan.
Hi.
Yours will be fine. Don't worry about it. What are you doing? What have you been doing since you returned to?
Yeah, like Morgan's very much about kind of keeping up appearances in a way. So she's still dressing very prim, very proper, very, like hair's perfect, clothes perfect. And if she's asked, she'll give a polite response if people are kind of saying untrue things. She'll correct them politely and and move on. She doesn't want to. She's been just burying herself in her studies. So even though she's been given all these extensions, she doesn't want this incident to take control of her. So she's just been delivering everything on time, etc. She has been spending a lot of time in her room, but today she decided to go down to the library. She saw Annie there and kind of moved to a table further away because she just doesn't want to talk to him about it or what's going on. So she's hoping she didn't see her.
She hasn't, and if she did, she hasn't approached you either. You're just in like kind of like a little study nook.
You know where they normally have like row-up tables and desks.
Yeah, these are all sort of on the ground floor. Like when the library closes, these remain open. They're sort of like an open kind of study communal area that you can kind of, rather than sitting in your dorm room, you can kind of head here. Like you can have some water, some snacks, and stuff like that. Over the kind of just sort of scanning the book in front of you and sort of double checking your notes, and like a number of the lecturers had kind of given you copies of the assignments and have told you that they'll grade them, but it won't change the compassionate consideration that you received, but are happy to give you that time if this is what you need. But as you sit there studying, you can just hear people whispering.
Is it a certain group of people?
You don't recognize them. Like there's a small study group in the corner. You don't recognize them as like people that would have been in your circle or from your dorm. But you do hear. I think that's her. I think that's the girl that brought the drugs.
She'll turn to face them and just give them a polite wave.
Oh my god. Okay, do you think she heard us? Oh my god, is she gonna kill us next? Oh god, could you imagine? Oh, I'd die if I was on the newspaper. You'd already be dead, Tiffany. And there's like this little chuckle. Like, I dare you to go over and say hi to her. I dare you to go over. Craig, you have to do it because we've all. Come on, it's your turn. And again, you can hear it's that sort of loud whispering, and a kind of a sallow-skinned, scrawny fellow with kind of a bowl haircut just kind of shuffles over to you, and he's wearing sort of it's towards the end of May, almost early June at this point. He's wearing sort of like 3/4 length denim shorts and like a kind of a tie-dye t-shirt that's kind of half tucked in. Hi.
Hi.
Are you Morgan?
I sure am.
And he kind of looks back over his shoulder. What do I?
Is there anything your friends want to say to me, or?
Did you kill everyone? I'm sorry. I didn't know what to ask her. And then somebody else just kind of elsewhere in the library just goes shh, really loudly.
Listen, I understand. A terrible thing happened. Rumors spread. But I can safely say that no, I absolutely did not kill anyone. A really horrible tragedy happened to me and a couple of others. And I don't think it's very fair to believe the rumors. I think you should definitely find out the truth. So I appreciate you approaching me, and I hope now you know.
I'm really sorry. They told me I had to ask you.
Don't be sorry. It's okay. It's human nature. I understand.
Do you know where we might score some of those drugs?
I am so sorry to disappoint you yet again, but I have never done and never will do drugs, and especially have not dealt them. But I'm pretty sure there's some shady people over near the occult section. You could probably ask.
He'd been holding something behind his back, like he'd one arm kind of behind his, and he thought maybe he was just standing there awkwardly.
Mhm.
And he puts down a newspaper in front of you. It's folded over. You can make out the edge of a picture and half a headline.
Without even looking at it, she'll hand it back to him and she'll just say, I don't read that, but I'm too busy with my studies to focus on anything else. But thank you for suggesting it. And she's covering, her hand's covering whatever the title was, so she just doesn't want to see it.
Okay. And he kind of he walks away. He leaves the newspaper, but he just walks away.
Okay. Nice to meet you.
You. He just walks off.
She'll kind of just put the paper like kind of on a chair beside her that's tucked under the table so she can't see it. She'll go back to her book. And maybe put her Walkman on and put on some of her classical music she likes to study too.
You, again, kind of, you can feel kind of the cushioning of the little orange foam little bands on the headphones, and you can kind of feel the little pressure over the top of your head as it kind of sits in against your hair. You press play on the Walkman, and Spring by Vivaldi starts to play, and you lose yourself in the music. You can you find yourself just sort of focusing on the book and staring at the words on the pages, losing yourself in it. And the sense of this repetition, this practice, this tried and tested method of Morgan shutting the world out and just losing herself in the books brings you a moment of calm. And then you can hear the music shifts slightly. It feels like a warble, as if the tape feed gets stuck. Morgan.
She's going to take off her headphones in case it's someone around her and then put them back on.
You look around. You see the library is like this. The study area is empty. That group that I've been talking about earlier on seemed to have spilled out some time ago.
Mhm.
And then at the end of the room, you just see the door to the bathroom, the women's bathroom, just sort of swing open and close.
She'll try ignore it.
Morgan.
Yeah?
They don't respond.
Okay. She'll put take her headphones off, leave everything as it is under her desk, and head towards the bathroom.
You step in, and immediately you find yourself ankle deep in mud and water. And you can smell the dead trees and the water from Lake Pineview. You can, that sort of pine and floral scent just lingering kind of catches under your nose. And standing there in the women's bathroom of Blackwood University's library, ground floor library bathroom, you see Evelyn Rook.
Evelyn,
5.
what's going on?
The ritual. The time. It's broken. And all the mirrors in the bathroom crack.
What do you mean broken?
8 soldiers are free to do his bidding.
The ones that died?
Find them. Stop them. Or the 13th hour is upon us.
Oh, I can't do this again.
And the lights flicker. And you are standing in the bathrooms. The mirrors are still cracked. And you see that in the glass, like in the mirror, fractures. X, I, I, I.
She'll just put her hands over here and just like I can't do this again. I have finals to study for. Can't. And she'll just take a big deep breath and leave the bathroom.
As you step out and you move out of the bathroom, you like a smell hits you. And as you make your way to the little study nook, the little table and the little shield around it, there's just a and Vigil pops up from under the desk. His whole back legs and his tail just going 90 as he sees you, and he puts his 2 muddy paws on top of you.
Oh, they're muddy?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, where have you been, boy? Are you okay?
And just because of time constraints, I'm going to bring this session to a close as each of you retires to your respective accommodations, your bedsit apartment, your dormitory, the frat house, wherever it is that you have sequestered yourself as part of your studies. And sleep doesn't come easy as you dwell on the seconds and minutes, hours, days, and weeks that time seems to have slipped through your fingers. And there is just a moment in that silence where simultaneously all of you hear the ticking of a clock and the seconds feel wrong. And then the sound of something scratching against your door as an envelope is slipped under. Your name, your number. And as you open it, you find a picture of a clock face. 12 hours. 12 names. 8 of which have been scratched out. The 13th hour in blood red ink. Come and find me. Blood Mill Road. Off the I-85. Hurry. We don't have time. They're coming for you. They're coming for me. Silas. And that is where we'll leave tonight's session.
Fuck
Right.
Silas.
All right, get out. No.
All right, everybody.
So good.
I was just like scrolling Instagram, and that reel came up, and it reminded me of it, and it's just like, I gotta do it again. Right.
You don't have to go home, but you
Yeah.
can't stay here. Get out. That's the D8 Dungeon sign off. Goodbye. A big thank you to Kiva, Dahi, Eilish, and Emma for all of that. That was a lot of fun.
That was really good, guys.
A massive thank you to Glow Pinksta for the raid. So welcome along, new raiders. If you like spoopy stuff and you like drama and you like TTRPGs, this is the spot to hang out. I occasionally play the odd game as well, and usually it's about trying to date hot dads or date stuff in general. And I bumble my way through Skyrim. You can check us out. We are D8 Dungeon. We are a group of TTRPGers, mostly from Ireland, but with friends all over the world who come and play games with us and tell stories and have a laugh. We stream every Monday and Thursday, and we have every second Friday a episode of our multi-award-winning podcast. That sounds smug. Podcast. We have an episode of our podcast called Romance in the Dungeon out every second Friday. It's in its third and final season of this campaign, and you can find out all of that information over on our socials at D8 Dungeon. You can join our wonderful little Discord server where some of the coolest people on the internet hang out. I am going to very quickly and one last time mention that the applications for D8 Dungeon Drive 2025 Dating My Hex, a 51-hour TTRPG marathon that we are partnering with the wonderful folks down in Australia, Hexes and Vexes, your good friend and my part-time nemesis, Emily, is getting involved this year, and we are doubling the amount of games, and we are raising funds for Project Hope, an organization that brings medical aid, food, resources, support to war-torn countries, bringing disaster relief to places hit by natural disasters and man-made disasters. They are currently working extensively in Gaza, Ukraine, and Sudan, helping to try and support those who are in the greatest of need. Our goal is $5,000 by the end of the weekend. We've already raised 630, and we haven't even started. So if you want to get involved, you want to play, that is the application space to do so. It's a phenomenal weekend. There are some amazing DMs who have thrown their weight behind it. We're really, really excited to bring it to you again this year.
Oh my god, another raid. We're just finishing up.
Roll the dice. Did I say the D and that was it? Roll D dice.
Roll D dice.
Regardless, roll the dice. Welcome. I will share that link again, actually, because it might be no harm. We are bringing our stream to an end. We've just finished playing our Monster of the Week campaign, but we are actively recruiting players for our upcoming charity TTRPG marathon at the end of August, all in aid of Project Hope. If that sounds like something any of Glow Pinksta's or Roll D Dice's folks want to get involved in, we would love to have you. We're still looking for players. There are 16 games on offer, and they run the gamut of Candela Obscura to Dungeons and Dragons, Lasers and Feelings. A lot of those Dungeons and Dragons games are D&D adjacent. It's just the backbone of what we're doing, and then everything else and anything else in between. Your donations change the games. Your donations help and hinder players and DMs, and every donation goes directly to Project Hope. So that's taking place August 30th and 31st with D8 Dungeon Mania happening on the Friday night, the semi-finals and finals of our second annual PvP tournament. So for more information on all that, or if you have any questions, you can head on over to our Discord server. You can ping us here on Twitch if needs be. We're back in 2 weeks' time for the next episode of Marked for Midnight. I'm back on Thursday with Ben for Ben and Declan on a roll. And half of these guys are back on Monday coming for the finale of Saving Grace Season 2, A Garden of Lies. It's been fun. I'm going to try and keep the raid train going. So while our credits are rolling, I'm going to get ready to raid somebody else. So I think, do they say the raid train? Hype train? I don't know. I'm not cool. I'm not down with the lingo. So we're going to love you. We're going to leave you. We're going to see you in 2 weeks' time. Mind yourselves. And thanks so much again for all the raids.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Guys.
Bye.
Bye, guys.